This for all the plugs I met. And the trenches. You can't forget the trenches too.
Hello and welcome back to the Buckets Update. This is episode 3 already, which is mental. I'm Archie.
I'm Norton.
I'm Jack.
And again, like last week, a huge thanks to everyone that tuned in and listened. Unexpected numbers. How many was it this week? Not.
I think we actually made it to 5 this week.
5.
So we've pulled in somebody else.
Goodness me. Poor person.
I don't know.
Raking
possibly
them
a fan of CK McCullum or Cheese, maybe. I don't know.
Cheese, definitely. I'm going with.
Yeah. So, thanks for the support, everybody.
Yeah, it is really good. And we're nearly up to 70 followers on Instagram. Whoop, whoop. Believe it or not.
It doesn't sound like a lot in the big scheme of things, but to us, that is a lot.
To us, that's 70 people who actually care about what we're saying.
Yeah.
And most of it is a lot of crap. So.
Or they just know us and they have to care because they're related to us.
Yeah,
Right,
so,
exactly.
Yeah,
so thanks to those people that actually care about us. That is nice.
And on that note,
yeah. Right, so the big thing about last week was the All-Star game.
Indeed.
And the big question we've got to know from Jack, did Zach LaVine win the dunk contest?
I mean, he did. His participation was just crucial. It was really good to see him get up. Just when he kissed the rim as well. Oh, it was just so good.
Oh, it was amazing.
You
wasn't
joke,
it?
but I mean, he actually did have quite a bit of participation, it seemed, because it seemed like he was having sort of private chats with all of the people competing in the dunk contest.
Yeah, bless him. Every single time they went up for a dunk, didn't they? It was just, Zach.
Straight back over.
Zach,
What
how do I
Zach
do
think
it?
of that?
Yeah, literally. That must have been a bit annoying for him, bless him.
Probably, but possibly also looking at him just thinking, I can beat all of these. 'Cause
Yeah, literally.
I'm sure everybody else who watched the All-Star evening was probably in agreement with us in that the dunk contest was pretty poor, really.
It was crap.
Just pretty average. The judging was just so lenient. There was so many high scores given to not particularly great dunks.
Yeah, it was.
There didn't seem to be any consistency, did there, in the
No.
scoring? Sort of what I thought was probably the best dunk, to be honest, had like the lowest score.
Yeah, literally. It was a weird one.
I don't know what poor old Cassius Stanley could have done differently,
bless
really.
him.
No. The first dunk was probably one of the best ones.
Yeah,
Like,
there we go.
It was just so. Anyway, yeah. Moving on
Anyhow.
from Zach LaVine's. Zach LaVine actually won the All-Star, so there we go.
Yeah, that's how it works, isn't it, Jack?
Yep.
Yes.
But yeah, it was an epic weekend. Well, it wasn't even a weekend, was it? It was a night. Sunday night. Just awesome. Giannis popped off.
Well worth staying up.
Definitely.
Into the early
Steph
hours for.
was incredible. Dame was amazing.
Top tip: if you want to stay up, just drink so much Pepsi.
Yeah. Jack may have
Top
put
tip:
Coca-Cola out
don't
of business.
stay up with people who also
No.
drink that Pepsi because they just become really hyper, and when you're not hyper and they are, it get a bit irritating. But
Well, this is from the man who goes, "Oh, I'll have a beer. It won't make me sleepy," and he's trying to almost fall asleep at 10.
Useless.
Useless.
can't believe you brought that up.
I'm not letting you get away with that.
So yeah, skills contest. That was brief,
Unexpected.
wasn't it? It was very quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, we all started, didn't we? We were like, right, Luca's having it. Luca's got
Yeah.
it easy.
I believe that was our predictions.
Yeah,
last week,
or
wasn't
Chris
it?
Paul. And who
Yeah,
took
Luka
it?
or Chris Paul,
Bloody
yeah.
Sabonis.
Yeah. The
And who
big
was
man.
the final? Vucevic and Sabonis. The two big men.
It was ridiculous. We were
Yeah.
just there, mouths wide open, going, "What the hell is going on?"
Well, when Luca missed the pass, like
Yeah.
how many did he miss? It took
missed-
him 3 attempts.
Yeah, it
didn't
was, wasn't it? 3 attempts. I
So
think.
it was, we were just and Chris Paul missed the layup.
Yeah. Oh god, that was
Yeah, but he
tragic.
did redeem himself later on.
He did. Yeah,
That was very
in
funny.
the actual game. Yeah, who saw that one coming? Did anyone predict Sabonis?
No, definitely not.
No.
I don't
Not
think
on
anyone's
this
buddy was
podcast,
on it.
anyway.
No, definitely not.
Nah.
3-point
Yeah.
contest, epic. I mean, that
Everybody
was
predicted
just.
that.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that was. Yeah, but no one
Mike-
expected Mike Conley to go do
No,
what
Mike
he did.
Conley
No,
did
definitely
did
not.
bits.
No, oh, it was brilliant. I thought the 3-point contest was the best, other than the actual game, was the highlight really. Of the
Yeah,
night.
I'd agree. Yeah,
And Steph's just in another league, isn't he?
yeah, it's just scary.
Madness.
The fact he sunk both of the deep Mountain Dew balls.
Yeah. If you
Oh,
look at some
yeah.
of his shots, just the net didn't move. They were just
Yeah,
perfect shots.
yeah, that was quite scary actually.
If the league were to bring in a 4-point line, it would be dangerous for the damage that Steph could do.
And Dame.
Steph and Dame, it would just
Yeah.
be their line, really, wouldn't it?
And then there'd be some other little, never mind, called
Trey
Trey Young, just
Yeah,
trying
absolutely.
to, yeah, look at me. God, I hate that kid.
Our continuing support for Trey Young on this show. Yeah, and then the actual All-Star game, which, well, as a Nets fan, I wasn't overly thrilled with, but you can't deny that the game wasn't fun to watch.
Oh, it was amazing, wasn't it? I think it
Could
started
have been
off.
slightly less one-sided, but
It started off horrendously. Not gonna lie. Poor
It
Zion,
really
poor
was.
Zion going. What was it? 1 from 4 from his dunks.
I think it was 1 from 5.
Was it 1 from 5?
Yeah,
Jeez, yeah. And it was just
Wasn't
quite messy
great.
to start with, wasn't it?
Bless him.
No, it wasn't good.
But then there was the 2 minutes of absolute chaos when, firstly, Steph ooped. Then Chris Paul managed to grab an oop.
I know.
And then it was Dame and Steph from halfway, shot after shot. I mean, it was just
Unreal.
Disgusting to watch.
It was ridiculous.
As someone that's fairly new to basketball, if you didn't, you can watch the highlights on YouTube, and it shows the talent that is in basketball at the moment.
It is quite scary. And Giannis hit 3 threes. I mean, what?
Yeah.
What is going
madness.
on?
Yeah.
That was actually covered, wasn't it, by our latest correspondent
It
that we
was.
got on the Buckets update, Elliot Trotman.
Elliot Trotman doing his
Who,
bit. It was.
Well, I don't know I don't know if he wants to start a war, but he has.
Calling you a glory seeker.
Yeah.
No.
Making some comment about my moves on the court.
No,
Yeah.
but seriously, thanks, Elliot. It's very much
thanks
appreciated.
a lot, Elliot.
Yeah, he does have a point.
Yeah, he does. To be fair, he's
Brilliant.
just saying what we're all thinking.
Yeah, thank you very much.
No, All-Star game, epic, amazing. Some really fun highlights that came out of that on and off the court. Seeing the Joker and Giannis linking up, dancing, that was just amazing, wasn't it?
Who wouldn't want to see them on a team together?
Yeah,
after
literally.
That?
It was,
It
so
was
funny.
great.
And yeah, it was just a great evening, really. Long, but it was bloody good.
It was all. What was it? It was finished by 4, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That wasn't that bad.
No,
I
well,
mean, you
not,
were asleep
not
for
for
half of
you.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable.
It's true though.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Well, you were running around naked outside, Jack, for most of it. Because of your sugar rush. So.
Oh, hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah,
How would
you
you
were.
know if you're asleep?
Anyway, that's some good news
That
about
is
the
some
All-Star
good news.
game. But now we've got some bad news because our special guest that was due for this week and this week's episode unfortunately can't be with us.
Yeah, it's sad
A
times.
close personal friend of Kareem. Where's he had to go up? He's had to fly to LA, isn't he?
I believe he had to fly to LA to link up with Kareem. I think
Wow.
Kareem was having some issues out there and needed Tom with him.
I mean, that's fair enough. I'm disappointed that he's put Kareem above the Buckets update, but this will change in the future, I'm sure. And eventually, when we can, we'll get Tom on the show, and we'll get his insight into
Kareem's life and the Knicks. It will
Yes,
it will definitely be
and-
worth the wait, I promise.
And the big one, what is it like to dunk over Kareem? Because Tom is one of the few men who has been able to do that. Admittedly, it's he dunked over him when Kareem was a pensioner, but
That's quite a tall pensioner in all fairness.
absolutely, exactly. Yeah, you don't get many 7-foot pensioners, do you?
No, exactly. He's big shame, but he'll be back soon, and we'll get those topics
We promise
done and
we'll
dusted.
we'll get Tom on soon.
Definitely.
We've actually given away the first name of our guest.
I know, but
It's
we'll
okay.
we'll leave the rest in suspense.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Ooh, who knows?
Does it end with Brady?
Mm?
No.
Oh
Brady
no,
wouldn't it?
that would be no. We wouldn't do braids like that. But anyway, moving on. So we've got a bloke that we'd like to talk about this week.
We have. It's been requested.
Yeah.
By one of our 5 listeners. So we figured we'd better give him a shout out, have a bit of chat about Demar Derozan.
Who? Jack? Come on with
He's
the stats.
average- on stats, just from something I can pluck from the top of my head, really. He's averaging 20.3 points per game,
Mhm.
4.7 rebounds per game, 7.3 assists per game. Yeah, he's not doing badly.
Bloody hell, yeah. So obviously,
I wonder, Jack. What's his pie? How's his pie doing? Do you know that off the top of your head? Or
14.4.
wow, you are amazing. I mean,
I know.
the stats. Where do you get them from?
It's amazing, really.
Where do you keep it all? That's what
I
I want
know.
to know. It's
why
just
do they
astounding.
why do they bother having an NBA website when they've got you?
Exactly.
I don't understand it.
Ah,
It just seems like a waste
Yes.
of time. But anyway, Demar, what a player!
Some boy.
Unbelievably explosive, powerful. I really love watching him. He's a very good player, and has been for quite a long time.
I was going to say a
11
very
years.
long time, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
11 years. He's 31 now.
Do you really?
And only
Bloody-
was it only in his first 4 seasons did he not average over 20 points per game?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
It's just that level of consistency is amazing.
Oh,
Really, isn't it?
it's ridiculous. I mean, it's on par with the likes of Bron, really. As much as you'd hate me to say that, but
No, I have no opinions about the games.
anyway, we'll get onto that a bit later. But yeah, back to Demar. Demar's he had such a big.
He's going to be
influence.
one of those players, isn't he? That's going to be one of the really, really good players who probably never wins a chip.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about a terrible time to move from Toronto.
I know. Yeah, and a terrible time to join the Spurs.
Yeah,
It's not ideal,
it's not great.
yeah, it's really not. But it hasn't stopped him. The thing now that wasn't necessarily as important in Toronto, I don't think anyway, is that now that he's on the Spurs, he has to be that consistent. Like, he has that pressure every single night. There isn't really anyone necessarily that he can fall back on, if that makes sense.
Especially
No,
now LaMarcus Aldridge is probably going to.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Especially if they're part of
I mean,
ways.
pressure is on really.
Mm.
Especially now he's established in the league, got an esteemed career. Everybody's going to be sort of looking to him to be the number one man, isn't they?
Yeah, there were chats at the start of the season about him going to the Lakers, weren't there?
Probably.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think there was. I seem to
Everybody
remember.
was going to the Lakers at the start
Yeah,
of the season. to be
yeah, they
fair.
were, to be fair. But yeah, I seem to remember him being one of the names that was sort of up in the air about whether he might be going to the Lakers or not, which would have
Yeah.
been utterly ridiculous. But now that the Nets seem to have taken every decent free agent or even just dragged them out of bloody Detroit, yeah, they seem to be doing all right.
I'm sorry, but I don't think we took Derrick Rose.
No,
No, we didn't,
no,
did we?
no,
No.
you didn't. No.
No, but you seem to have taken everybody else.
Yeah.
Sorry, who's rumoured with Jeremy Grant?
Is it confirmed?
It's not the Nets, though, is it, Mr. Boston? No.
Because you've taken everybody else.
Other thing I will say about
can't believe
Demar.
you tried to spin this onto me.
Are
Back to
you
Demar.
still nibbling?
The other thing I will say about Demar is that I have him on my fantasy team, and he has been doing bits for me this season.
Okay.
Cool. Everybody really enjoyed that.
Well, that's not quite how I was expecting that to go down, but hey.
Cheers, Big Stink.
Oh.
Right. By the way, that went down a treat, everybody. Everybody seems to love Big Stink. We've had multiple people actually ringing us this week and sort of starting the conversation with "I love Big Stink" or "Hello, biggest stinkus." I think one of them said.
That was a phone call to me, not you guys. Thank you very much.
No, I think
Exactly, it was
to all of us in
addressing
the
you.
group.
Yeah. I had a bloody shower before we started recording this. Thank you very much.
And you still smell.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Jesus Christ. Talked about Demar.
and only had a minor nibble out of you, so that all went well. Right then, it's time to introduce Arch, our new
The
segment.
new segment. This is very exciting, actually. I'm really, really pumped for this. If you've been listening to the last 2 episodes, you will have heard us going at Stephen A. and Max Kellerman. And the reason for that is that our new segment is called Second Take.
Please do not sue us, ESPN.
Please, ESPN. I mean, obviously ESPN is listening, as is Stephen A.
course.
and Max
As-
Kellerman.
Yes.
Second Take is going to be a weekly occurrence now. We're going to take a topic that they discussed during the week and then rediscuss it.
Because just in case Kellerman or Stephen A. Smith got it slightly wrong, we're here to put them right.
Because they don't have enough inside knowledge, apparently. And the biggest thing is they don't have Statman Jack. So
Well, this is very
Exactly.
true. This is very true. I was watching a segment the other day, actually, and I saw Stephen A. sort of referring to some stats, and I thought, this is where they need a stat man. You know, they just turn to the Jack of ESPN and go, right, Statman Jack, give us the lowdown.
Yeah, they just turn to the fountain, turn it on, it comes pouring out.
Oh, that is a very vivid description. Thank you for that, Jack. Anyway, right, so the topic for this week is, does Harden have a better chance of knocking Embiid off the MVP spot than LeBron?
I hope so.
Well, obviously,
Interesting. Elaborate,
breaking
Jack.
news today is that
Well, yeah,
Embiid
poor
went
old-
down last night with
Poor old
his-
Joe, yeah.
Yeah.
The hyperextension. If you haven't seen the video,
Don't.
It-
It's not.
yeah,
it's
don't.
not
It's
not
not
good.
very nice.
No.
There's
That's
a lot of mass coming down on a wrongly facing knee.
That's just some context for you. But Jack, elaborate on your point.
Well, Joel is in pretty good stemp for the MVP, averaging 29.9 points per game, 11.5 rebounds per game, and his pie is 21.1, which is pretty high.
That's
But
a
you
very
then
high
you-
pie.
Yeah, very high pie. But then you have contenders, not just James. I'd like to probably talk about Kyrie as well, who's also averaging pretty high points. Kyrie's averaging 27.7 points per game.
This is interesting though, because this is a second take, because Stephen A said that Kyrie
He did
should
as well,
be,
yeah.
Yeah.
should
Oh
be in
God,
the
there's
MVP
layers.
conversation. This is second take squared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
James is in
Steady.
slightly better position for the pie of 16.9 and 25.2 points per game. So
Yeah, but he's also a bum, so
I think was he talking about LeBron or Harden?
I was talking about Harden.
Yeah, so there we go. Cheers, cheers,
my
Nort.
point
Cheers, Noel.
stands.
You know your team well, don't you?
Yeah.
Right.
Bloody hell.
Sorry, I didn't realise you were on a first name basis with the beard. I don't count. Moving on.
Moving on. Yeah. So back to the actual point. Does Harden have a better chance of knocking LeBron out of the MVP race?
Yes, 100%, and it should happen. And LeBron doesn't even deserve to be in the top 5. He's a fraud, and Luka's averaging more points, rebounds, and assists. But where's Luka in the conversation? I thank you for coming. This was my TED talk.
I
About
do
right,
rate
yeah.
that. I would probably agree with you, Nort. Harden has probably got a better chance of being MVP than LeBron. He's just been playing some unbelievable basketball. As much
as I
as
said-
I hate the bloke, he's been
Yeah.
insane.
As I said off the air the other day, if Harden had been playing like this since the start of the year, if he'd been playing at Brooklyn since the start of the year, putting up the numbers he has been, he'd without a doubt be in the MVP conversation everywhere. It's just the fact that he, for that first month or so of the league, he was living it up in all the clubs of Houston. Packing
Certain
on the
type of
pounds
club.
and having a cracking time.
A certain type of club.
Yes. We'll say no more on that.
So yeah, we'll leave that to your imagination.
I actually think he stands a much better chance now that Embiid is probably out for a couple of weeks.
I was just going to say,
Gutting for him, really,
yeah,
because I
gutting.
think Embiid probably does deserve MVP if it had to be called tomorrow. But unfortunately, it's based over the entire regular season, and if he misses 4 weeks of that, it's going to be difficult.
yeah,
In the same way, it's going to be difficult to say Harden would be MVP because he missed 4 weeks in a sense.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I was just going to say.
Which will mean they'll give it to LeBron.
To be honest, the way Luka's been playing this year, I really hope that LeBron doesn't get it.
Yeah, Luka's averaging more points, more rebounds, and more assists per game, yet has lower pie rating than LeBron. So
Pies not
I
really,
think
is it?
Pi takes into account field goal percentage.
Yeah.
yeah, I would imagine
That's
so.
possibly the difference there. But
I mean,
why LeBron is, to me, why he's above Steph, Dame, Jokic. There's a
Yeah,
number of
Jokic as
people,
well. I
think-
mean, he's had a hell of a season.
yeah, there's a number of people I think that
And
should be
Giannis. Giannis
mentioned.
hasn't had a quiet season.
Well,
no.
Well, he hasn't.
no, no, he hasn't. He hasn't. But
Um,
hasn't exactly had an MVP caliber season.
no, I wouldn't say he has, but he hasn't been playing badly, that's for sure. But yeah, poor
It's just-
Embiid really does suck. I do feel for him because he could have
Yeah.
had because there's always been this conversation, hasn't there, about how Embiid hasn't made that jump to being an MVP caliber player and how he's one of the most skilled bigs of all time, but he's just never had that sort of, I don't know, fire. And now this season he seems to have just stepped up that next level.
He's
and
there now.
yeah, and he's
Exactly. And
just
look at where the Sixers are as a result of
exactly.
that.
And
It'd be interesting to see what they do now over the next few weeks. Whether there's a couple of sort of poorer results slip in without
yeah,
Embiid on the
I
court.
don't know. Got
It'll be close
Bimmen's
between
back
the
now, haven't
nets.
Yeah, and they've still got big men because they've got Dwight Howard and whatever, haven't
they?
they?
Yeah,
But
bloody Dwight. Yeah.
yeah, another of our favourite players. This has been quite a lot of talk about actual basketball.
It has, hasn't it?
Just in these, yeah, I'm quite surprised, really.
As am I. It feels alien.
Yeah, what's happened?
It has been a lot of basketball.
It really has. If
Where's
we
all this
had- if
knowledge
we had
come from?
All of our families that were listening, just because it was us, they've switched off long ago.
Oh,
so-
oh, big time. The
Oh,
people
yeah,
that
big
actually
time.
cared about us.
yeah,
of long
and they
gone.
were probably 80% of our listeners.
Yeah.
All 4 of them. So the one person that's actually here about basketball is probably having a whale of a time.
Yeah, so if you're listening because of basketball, tell us if you like this or whether you like us just being weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we are idiots. It does say that in the title.
Yeah, I
but
mean,
we've
that
actually
is
kind of
true,
been
yeah.
A bit non-idiotic.
Yeah, for once, which is very strange.
Yeah, but if you need more weirdness, you just crack me out more. So
That is true. You are
Yeah.
a strange being.
that's why there's been so much actual talk of basketball, is because I haven't really said much.
Come on then, Jack. Give us your take. Rather than just giving us stats, give us your take on who should be in the MVP conversation. And if you say Peyton Pritchard...
I'm going to come in there and smack you. I actually will.
Well, viewers, what what do we want to happen?
If this was a
There
live
is a-
broadcast, they'd definitely say come in and smack you.
Yeah. Oh no. I'd like to see Luca do it. I'd also like to see James do it.
Oh, your close personal friend
Your
James.
close personal friend James.
Yeah. We all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Nort's just not on that level.
I'm on a similar agenda to Norton with just LeBron is just a bit boring, really, isn't he?
Well,
Oh, here we go. Here comes LeBron's biggest fan.
no. I'm not his biggest fan.
Mate,
I
you've got a picture of him on your wall, and you've also got a pillow with his face on it. So don't
Can I
tell
just
me
talk you
you're
through
not
the
his biggest
bloody
fan.
pillow?
No, I'm not having that.
The pillow was given to you as a Christmas present, and you were going to throw
And
it
tell
away.
me-
So
tell
I
me-
said I'll keep it
Why did you give that to me as a gift?
because you love LeBron so much.
I think our listeners know that might not be true at this point.
More to do with the sentiment, the fact it was from me, but you still didn't like it. That was a bit hurtful, not gonna lie. So I kept it.
That was some stinky logic
Shut
coming
up.
from the big stink. So
Jesus.
this is more like
This
it. We're
is yeah,
firing on more
exactly.
cylinders now.
There's less basketball. Anyway, right. So I think that can conclude the first second take.
Yes.
Please,
Yes.
ESPN, don't sue us. As
More
that
second
was.
take to come in the future, preferably with less mention of LeBron James.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
next week.
Well, another of our very few listeners, I believe, is a Denver Nuggets fan, and as the Nuggets have been a pretty good team for the last couple of seasons, we're going to discuss them and, of course, their star man, the Joker, Nikola Jokic,
And Jamal,
yeah, Jamal as well. Why not?
especially about his bubble.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that was just
insane.
wow. What
For
a player!
listeners who don't understand what Archie means, that's when the NBA formed a bubble and played the end of last season at Disneyland in
Indeed.
Florida.
Wow.
And another thing we're going to talk about is what the hell is wrong with the Houston Rockets and what are they going to
Oh
do to
my
get out
God,
of what
yeah.
is a diabolical season for them.
Jesus, poor blokes.
Yeah, everybody's leaving. They have no hope. Rockets fans, I'm amazed that you're still admitting that you are Rockets fans.
I mean,
that is tough.
they're still above the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's not saying much, is it?
No.
No.
The poor Timberwolves, they've had a bit of a rough draw as well,
Yeah.
especially with their star man being absent. Yeah.
Anthony Edwards, that's been pretty exciting.
Yeah, sure, but he's a rook.
Yeah, but
you can't expect too much.
D'Lo.
No. And new
D'Lo's
coach as
out.
well. New
Yeah,
coach. So, I mean,
yeah.
they could be on a rebuild. Who knows?
Exactly. Whereas the Rockets.
Yeah. I also saw something today on Instagram that there are a fair few teams looking for John Wall before the trade deadline.
I'm not surprised. I would imagine he's probably off.
I think the only plus that we can think about this year for the poor Rockets is Christian Wood.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he's got a sprained ankle.
Yeah,
exactly.
we know that, but he'll have a whole summer now to reset, get everything back to tip-top form, and then be back next season to really have a go. And I do hope that he has another sort of insane season like he did at the start of this one.
Yeah, and just hopefully he'll extend it across the whole season.
Yeah, fingers crossed he stays fit, that's for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, the Rockets they're in dire straits at the minute, really, aren't they? They've lost their last 15 games in a row. That's horrendous.
Yeah. That's not
They're on a current 11 to 25 streak.
Damn.
That's just terrible. Oh man, that is bad.
That's not good.
But yeah, I'm sure if there's any Rockets fans listening, I'm sure there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
You'll get
Yeah.
better.
That didn't sound sarcastic.
It can only get better from here. That's on next week. So we may get one of the rare occurrences from Statman Jack where he just goes in on an entire organisation. We've seen it happen off air.
Yep.
So I'm hoping next week we can get him fired up enough about the Rocket.
Yeah, to just lose it a little bit. That'd be nice.
To see a man lose his mind
Yeah, just give me a
on
beer.
a podcast.
Yeah, there we go. Classic. Also, obviously, next week we'll have another round of second take. So if any of you listeners have seen first take and there's any topics you want us to go through, let us know.
Or if there's just anything in general, really, we're more than happy to answer anybody's questions. Hopefully basketball related, but yeah, why not? Let's, we'll give the listeners what they want, really.
Yeah, it could be anything from how tall Jack actually is, because he says he's 6 foot, but
Hint, it's under 5'7".
it's under 5'7", exactly.
Wonderful.
Or I mean, it could be anything. Anything to do with, I don't know. Just send us some questions. That'd be nice. Anything.
Yeah,
Just
because
give
at
us
the
anything.
moment we sound really lost. So please, just send us anything.
Please.
I know we said we were going to talk about the Knicks, but we're going to wait until we've got the close personal friend of Kareem.
Yeah,
who happens to be. I mean, I'm not saying it's Spike Lee, but he's a very, very big fan of the Knicks. So you never know.
Actually, I heard this week that he got stopped at Madison Square Garden by the security, and he was really upset.
Yeah. So we're not saying it's Patrick Ewing, but at the same time,
Who knows? Who knows?
Exactly.
We'll keep you in suspense. But yeah,
Jack, who's Patrick Ewing?
A man with a cool haircut back in the day.
Are you referring to his flat top?
I am referring to his flat top, yeah.
Fair.
I think we can probably call it there, can't we, boys?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think we've covered everything and talked enough smack. Probably bored some people to death.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
If you made it this far,
Stop awarding people medals.
fair play. Fair play.
Thank you again for everyone's continued support. Let's see if we can make 70 followers this week on Instagram.
I thought we already had 70.
No, I said we were nearly at 70.
We just lost another 2, so let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, thank you very much for listening. As always, have a great week.
Yeah, have a good one.
Right.
This for all the plugs I met. And the trenches. You can't forget the trenches
La
too.
música de Harry Fraud.
Yeah.